Hey everyone, I'm Brian. Now, a couple months ago, I did a little segment called, movies that basically entitled "Movies I'd Like to See Be Made," and basically it was the Disney Channel edition. But now I want to talk about movies that I want to see in the theaters being made. Now, as we know, in the upcoming year, we got movies based on a lot of franchises, anime franchises, and a few more video game franchises as well being released. I mean, you got Street Fighter: The Legend of Chun-Li. I believe that's the name of it. You got the Dragon Ball Z live-action movie. You got a Gatchaman Battle of the Planets CGI movie. You got the Astro Boy CGI movie, and a few others. And you got movies as well that are in the works for the next couple of years. Movies like Battle Angel, Voltron, and He-Man possibly, just to name a few. G.I. Joe's coming out next year. You got the sequel to Transformers, and it's just unbelievable what we'll get next year. But the reason I'm talking about this now is because there are some movies I'd like to see get made. For example, in 1993, and just recently reissued and revamped this year, and actually 2 years ago, whatever it was in the UK, Biker Mice from Mars came onto television. And like I said, it got revamped here in the U.S. this year and was about a year or so ago in the UK. Hey, now this is a movie I'd like to see get made into a live-action feature, or at least a CGI movie. Because think about it, you got so much story development, and all these characters, or so much story basically to use there, it would make a fantastic movie. But the thing is, what kind of story would it be? Well, to me, I think it would be best to follow suit in more of a dramatic fashion. In other words, as we've seen with TMNT, do something similar to that. Well, not similar, but do something to where it's kind of like, well, it's sort of like an origin story, but it's more like, I don't know, just a story that's going to really, it's like an origin, but also takes place probably in between or after the series of the first season or the second season, or whatever. You get what I'm saying. But I think that's what they should do, is a Biker Mice movie. I mean, that would definitely be something fans would be wanting to see. I'm not joking either. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of Biker Mice fans out there that would love to see a movie like that. Another movie I'd like to see get made is an obvious one that fans have been wanting to see get made since it debuted in 1994. And that's The Gargoyles. Everybody knows that Disney made this series, and everybody knows that Disney released the pilot episode, the pilot movie, The Awakening, in selected theaters for one night only. Everybody knows that. But this is a movie I'd love to see, not just made into CGI, but sort of a CGI live-action kind of combination, because it would definitely blow the mind. I mean, you take a look at a movie like Max Payne that came out, and how dark that is, and that's based off a video game. You take a movie based on The Gargoyles, and I guarantee you would have fans flock into the theaters just to see a movie based on the series. And it doesn't even have to be an origin story. I mean, it could be a revamp of the origin story, or it could be something different. But it'd be something that I guarantee you, if Disney was to make it, fans would go crazy for. I'm just saying. I mean, you think the Pirates of the Caribbean movies have been sold out and all that when they first came out? This movie would break all that, guaranteed. Guaranteed. Another movie I'd like to see made for theaters. Well, it's an obvious one. It might be more CGI live action. Well, not live action. It might be more CGI. It might be more traditional 2D animation. And it might even be in the works, and we don't know it, because the 50th anniversary is coming up. But the movie I'd like to see is The Berenstain Bears. Now, I know you're thinking, Berenstain Bears? Why would anybody want to make a movie on that? Well, it's real simple. It's because fans of all ages love the Berenstain Bears. And when you think about 50th anniversaries, you got to find a way to really celebrate it. And a Berenstain Bears movie, probably traditional 2D animation with some CGI in there, would be exactly what fans want. But if I was writing the story, I make the characters older. Well, the Cub characters, that is. You know, because if you go back and watch Goofy movie, which is based off Goof Troop, Max is older. So that's what I would do. I'd kind of age the Cub characters a little bit into probably pre-teens and teenagers. That's what I would do for the movie. But that is a movie I'd like to see, because it'd be a great movie for families of all ages. No doubt about it. And finally, one other movie I'd love to see get made into a feature-length film, and I know everybody's been waiting to, everybody wants this as well, because if you go out there, and there's fans out there that want it. There are fans that are asked, they'll tell you they want it. But the movie I'd like to see the most is Sonic the Hedgehog. I mean, I was watching the TMNT movie the other day, and I kept thinking to myself, with the studio that's making that made that movie, which is the same studio making Astro Boy and Gatchaman, I'm thinking to myself, this would be a great studio to do a Sonic the Hedgehog movie based probably on the comic books, the original Sonic the Hedgehog comic books, and maybe based even a little on Satayam. But it would be a great feature. It would be a great, step forward, because fans would love to see something like that get made, because it would be something that they've been waiting for a long time. But right now we're not sure. I mean, word has been going around that it's going to be made, one's being made, one's secretly being made. We don't really know, but the truth is fans would love to see it. And I guarantee you the line would be long outside the theaters just for that. Especially if it was based off Satayam and a combination of the Archie comics. Guaranteed. I mean, I know it. I mean, I know that's what would happen. I mean, I could be wrong, but, that's just what I'd say. Yeah, that's all I have to say about the movie that I'd like to see get made and put into theaters. Because, like I say, those kind of movies, Biker Mice, Gargoyles, Besting Bears, and Sonic, those are the kind that would make money. There's no doubt about it. I mean, I could see it. I bet fans of all these franchises could see that and know that. But those are the kind that would make money. But that's all I have to really say about the movies I'd like to see made in theaters. Well, there is one more movie, though, I'd like to see. And that's a movie based on this. Yu-Gi-Oh! The reason, now I know you're thinking, well, wait a minute, they already had a Yu-Gi-Oh! Movie. That was an animated movie. I'm talking live action with CGI. I mean, you've seen the commercials and everything, but just think about how a studio, a real motion picture studio, what they could do with the Yu-Gi-Oh! Franchise as a live action feature with CGI effects. Think about that. I mean, that would be something fans would like to see. I mean, I guarantee, and like I said, with movies based on Biker Mice, Gargoyles, Bears, and Sonic, that also would have a line outside those theaters. There's no doubt about that. But that's all I can really say about those kind of movies. About those movies, and about the movies I'd like to see get made, for theatrical release. But I guess we're just gonna have to wait and see what happens in the future. But until then, I'm Brian, signing off, saying God bless and take care.